What's up, geeks and gamers? I am Josiah, and I am here with sweet Anita. And we are going to do an interview about her tonight because, I did a video on her like a week or two ago, and I kind of talked about her whole situation that she just went through where she was kind of lambasted by a lot of people on social media and things like that because of some things that she said that she obviously has no control over saying. So I have Anita here with me tonight. How are you doing, Anita?
I am doing fantastically well. Happy Christmas, by the way.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you as well. So, Anita, you've been through a lot over the past couple of weeks. I guess if you want to kind of explain what kind of happened in this whole situation to everyone, that would be great.
So I have tics. They are involuntary, and sometimes they make me say things that are inappropriate. They're not what I'm thinking or feeling, but sometimes people who don't understand my condition, Tourette's syndrome, can go fuck themselves. That was a tic. They can fuck. But they sometimes people don't understand, and they think it's things that I'm subconsciously thinking, and therefore, when I had a racial tic, a racial slur. Some people shared it, latched onto it, and called for me to be banned from the platform.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. There's a lot of people on the Twitch that deserve to be banned before you are. So, but yeah, like you have obviously Tourette's. That's something that you don't have any control over when you say that type of stuff. Could you kind of like explain to people who might not know what Tourette's is, kind of what it's like dealing with that?
So I guess it's very easy to look up the definition and see that it can be tics, which can be vocal, or they can be bodily movements, or they can be written words. But it doesn't really paint the picture of like what that makes into a challenging situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's difficult for me to travel safely. I can't drive. Some people with Tourette's can. I can't because my tics are too severe. And I need to take public transport, but I have on several occasions been kicked off public transport, so it's really difficult to get anywhere.
Wow, that's crazy.
I got denied access to a plane the second before boarding. Like I was literally about to step on the little bit to go up into the plane, and they denied me entry, and I had to buy a new ticket. I was stranded for a day. If I didn't have the money for the ticket, I guess it would have just been, I don't know what it would have done. So Ben is a hoe, so fuck. Yeah, it can make really strange. Oh, cooking. I tend to have a tic where I'll put my hand in the fire or slam it down in the frying pan. So just basic things. Washing dishes. I'll quite often throw the cups at the window. Things like that.
Yeah.
So really ridiculously easy things become challenging out of nowhere, and there's no way to predict it either. Sometimes you're fine for months, and all of those things are easy, and then all of a sudden you develop a tic that gets in the way of all of it. And there's nothing you can do. You just have to hope that the tic changes or passes.
Right.
And if it doesn't change, then you have to find a new way to navigate life. And that can just happen one morning. You wake up and your whole world is different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but the I guess the really cool thing that's going on here with you and your platform and all that type of stuff is that you are able to kind of raise awareness about Tourette's, but also kind of show people through kind of a positive way that that this is just something that you don't really have control over, but you're still doing the best you can, and I find that really awesome. So, that's something that you kind of talked about as well, that you want to kind of use this to kind of spread positive awareness about it, right?
Yeah, I guess it makes things challenging, and sometimes that can be a struggle. Sometimes it's very easy to get depressed or have anxiety. There are a lot of things that are comorbid with depression, and things like self-harm, suicidal thoughts, depression, anxiety are really common among people with Tourette's. And I struggled with it for 13 years, and I came out the other end, and I've been living the best 4 years of my life, and I feel like it was worth surviving for. And because of that, I would love to be able to spare someone that journey. If I can give that to someone, maybe that's a shortcut, maybe that helps someone get to the best part sooner.
Right.
And that's what I find really rewarding about Twitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you obviously have a Twitch platform, and you're on YouTube and stuff, and you just told me that you just hit 600,000 followers on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
incredible.
yeah, I expected to be banned like 2 weeks in. I thought, well, as soon as Twitch finds out I'm here, as soon as the staff find out I'm here, I won't be allowed to stay, given my condition.
Right.
Fuck them, but fuck them. But they were really supportive, and they let me stay. And there are a few that even come to watch the streams every now and again. They're really lovely and understanding, and that was such a beautiful surprise. So I'm still here a year and 8 months later.
That's incredible. That's really, really cool. So, with Twitch and stuff, you obviously like do gaming and things like that. What are some of your favorite games that you like to stream?
Apex and Overwatch mainly. The odd horror game, things like Outlast.
Nice. Nice.
And yeah, that's about it for now. I'm quite looking forward to The Last of Us 2.
Oh yes. The Last of Us 2 is one of my most anticipated games as well. So, you like Overwatch and Apex. Are there any other are there any other competitive games that are going to be coming out that you are excited about as well, or are you just going to kind of stick with those for now? I know Overwatch 2 is coming out pretty soon as well, I believe.
I'm gonna have to give Overwatch 2 a try.
Yeah.
I mean, how could I not?
Right. Yeah.
I found out about streaming through Overwatch. I bumped into a random streamer, and they would go, I have a confession, I'm streaming all of this. And I was like, oh, I have no idea what that is. So that was my beginning. So I think I'll stick with Overwatch for as long as I'm on the platform, probably.
Okay, so that's kind of how you started streaming, was that way. That's really cool. So I bet that was kind of, was that like, I don't know, nervous at all, nerve-wracking for you at all when you first started with Tourette's and stuff, streaming on Twitch?
Oh, yeah, because the first stream I did, I was really drunk.
Oh.
Because I was just, like, really terrified. And then after that, the first stream I had 20 viewers the whole way through. A few streams in, I had a few hundred viewers. And a few streams after that, 2,000. And then by my second or third month, I think it was, there were 15,000 people in my chat all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Wow.
And I just did not know how to handle it. And I was sat there with a blanket over my head. I didn't really know how to do makeup or groom properly, and that's challenging anyway with Tourette's. Like, heated hair care products are terrifying when you don't control your limbs. So I'm just there looking a mess, just hi. It kind of felt like 15,000 people had just crowded into my bedroom and were staring at me all of a sudden.
Right.
And I was just like, because I was so used to just it being a way to connect with my friends. I couldn't fit more than 6 people in a game of Overwatch, and I had 200 Blizzard friends that would always message me and be like, hey, when are we going to play? So this was a way to interact with them and let them know when there was a spot they could watch, and it was great, and it was social. And then all of a sudden there were, like, viewers, like, people I didn't know personally there just staring at me, and that's a hard thing to know what to do with, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah. I can't imagine having that much pressure all of a sudden when you're streaming on Twitch and stuff, but that's really cool. And so like, I guess kind of going back to this whole situation that you just went through recently, and there were some people that were even saying things like, I know that she has Tourette's, but still she shouldn't be on the platform after what she said. How do you deal with those types of comments and stuff?
I understand the reason why there are rules in Twitch, and it's to prevent racism, not to stop disabled people from accessing the platform. So obviously context matters, and I kind of feel like I have a right to be there. I feel like I have things to contribute, and that me being allowed to be there does more good than harm. I don't think I've ever hurt anyone. I don't think I've ever encouraged anyone to be violent or to be racist or be homophobic. Quite the opposite, in fact. And to be honest, I've had these tics for quite a while. I've had homophobic tics for quite a while, and I am not a straight person. So, like, it's obviously not coming from a place of malice. And nobody came rushing to the defense of gay people, and no one was offended on their behalf. And I find that rather curious. But also, if people don't care if I have slurs about gay people, that's confusing because black people can also be gay. So if you're going to get offended on behalf of black people, but not if they're gay, then it's fine. It doesn't make any sense, and it kind of really shows the holes in the logic. But because people have clipped me saying things that are a breach of TOS as a tick for a very long time, and there hasn't been this level of outrage. This whole new level of outrage is quite new. So to the people who say that I shouldn't be here because I have Tourette's, I would say that I'm not doing any harm. So I feel like those rules are there to stop harm and, yeah, not to stop people like me.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. I'm a very big advocate of like free speech and stuff, and so I totally agree with what you're saying there. Do you think that like some of this is kind of a product of like kind of the outrage culture of people just kind of looking at what you're saying and stuff, and even though they know that like it's because of your condition, they are still trying to utilize it against you to kind of spread just kind of that outrage, I guess.
I think to a certain degree, I feel like that outrage at its roots comes from not understanding Tourette's. I honestly don't think that the same people would be champions of social justice in other contexts. I
Mm-hmm.
genuinely do think that purely comes from a point of misunderstanding. And I also think that sometimes on the internet, when you have a crowd that you can rally behind you, you can get swept up in something that doesn't really matter, that wouldn't matter to you normally. And I think when they step outside of the situation, they quite often regret getting so swept up in it. But when you have so many people behind you, it seems more important. And so I feel like because there are so many voices talking and getting behind you, sometimes you can overestimate or lean in too hard to a slight feeling or a
Mm-hmm.
fleeting thing. And that's definitely happened. A lot of people have turned around and thought about what they've said and apologized to me
Mm-hmm.
after and regretted it. And
Sure.
so I think, I think there is kind of a culture where people get swept up over like to an excessive degree in things that should only be considered minor. Uh, but definitely that's a thing that the internet has created.
Yes,
It's
definitely. Social media and all that type of stuff. Yeah, I think that's definitely a product of that. Yeah.
mm,
But like I guess kind of on the flip side of that too, social media and things like Twitch and YouTube have all been great platforms to kind of like also raise awareness for your type of condition and stuff as well, which is great. I think the more that people have awareness about things like that, it's fantastic. So
wow.
we can all kind of continue to learn about each other more through that type of stuff as well. So like kind of on the other side of this whole situation that you went through recently, kind of where are you wanting to go from here, like in your future with your platform and all that type of stuff, your career, like where do you want to take yourself in the future with your platform?
I don't really make plans very well. I'm usually just happy and letting life surprise me and working with what life hands me. And
Mm-hmm.
I like adapting. I like changing. I like the excuse to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't made any solid plans, but I'd like to raise more money for charity next year. I'd like to go more new
Nice.
places and generate some interest in the world, but also show people with my condition that it's worth trying to get out there because so many of us can be afraid of reactions. And also, I feel a duty to kind of combat this fear that might have been cultivated by all the backlash I've gotten lately. Like, this might put disabled people watching this might be scared or put off stepping into the limelight and getting out there because of what has happened to me. And I'd like to correct that. I'd
Mm-hmm.
like to put the record straight and say, no, I'm loving life. I'm going to new places. And when it's a challenge, I deal with it. I can handle it. And it's not impossible and
Right.
it's worth trying, because fear is a cage and it shrinks the more you indulge it. So I would love to keep, encouraging people to break out and live their best life.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and I think that your whole story is very inspiring. I know even I just talking with you have been pretty inspired by what you've said and stuff, and I think it's great to I think you are someone that people can look up to, and I think that that's really really cool. Just because you are just like you have Tourette's, but at the same time you aren't
Wow.
letting that get in the way of you living your best life and being who you want to be. I think that's amazing. So and you having just such a big platform already and stuff over after just like what a year and a half or something on Twitch is just pretty incredible. So I think that's really cool.
Thank you.
So yeah, like I think that you just wanting to spread positivity and stuff is really really awesome. So like I guess kind of moving forward, like with with gaming and stuff, do you want to continue to explore more in gaming and stuff as well? I bet something that's really cool. I bet it's really fun to watch you play scary games. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling it's pretty fun.
It does set off the ticks a bit, and strong emotions set off the ticks, and I don't mind if people laugh, because I laugh at myself in the situations. I'm a tiny little girl that screams constantly about a dick I clearly don't have. Like, I definitely, I see why people laugh, and it's okay. I'd rather people laugh than get angry with me. It's such a relief to have people laugh, because I didn't have a diagnosis till quite late. So people used to be really confused and angry with me. So this is such a relief, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So yes, I totally am fine with the fact that when I'm scared, it gets funnier.
Yeah, that's
like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And regarding plans with gaming and stuff, I love that I have a Discord, a really big Discord. My community is about 25,000 people strong, and they're all wholesome. That nobody is ever abusive or unkind, and there are constantly big chats, voice chats, full of people who were too scared to talk to each other even, or talk to anyone in public, who are now spending their nights gaming and chatting with new people, constantly making new friends, and it's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Wow. And I want to spend more time in those communities. I want to get to know these people more and more, and I want to hear their stories. I want to learn from them, and I want to keep giving back to the community there. So that's my gaming future, is just finding ways to get those people more involved with the stream and really showing off like the progress and getting more inspirational people and their voices out there. I think that's where the gaming part's going to go for me, playing with these people that have given me their time and giving back to them.
That's really cool. Well, you obviously have a very positive future ahead of you, and you're just a very positive person, and I think that's something that we can all take away from today. And like I said, you've even inspired me and stuff, so that's pretty awesome. So I know that you're on YouTube and Twitch. Sweet Anita is where people can find you, right? So yeah, definitely go check out Sweet Anita. I will leave links to both her Twitch channel and her YouTube channel in the pinned comment on this video, so go check out Sweet Anita. With that being said, Anita, thank you so much for coming on this interview. I really do appreciate it, and I wish you all the best with you and your future. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anita.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.